please help me welcome Meagan.
Okay, it says here, what is the most fun vehicle I've ever owned or driven? And I have to say that probably the coolest car I drove was an MG my parents had when we were younger. My dad was obsessed with British cars, small British cars that don't really run very well. So we had an MG because he had one when he was a kid, and he thought it was awesome for us to have one. But there were 5 of us. And if you've seen an MG, 5 people don't fit in one. So his favorite thing was to pack us all into the back. The 3 of us could, no seatbelts, no anything else, and kind of sitting on each other wedged in the back of the car, while he and my mom could sit up front. So it was always, the least safe thing you could possibly do. And it always reminds me of the time in October, about this time of year, well actually about a month from now, on Halloween when my dad thought it was a good idea to take us around the neighborhood. And I say, we lived in the country. When I say the neighborhood, we had to drive to every neighbor's house, then we'd drive into town to go trick-or-treating. We'd all pile into the MG. We had Halloween costumes on, and we're all like wedged in there with our winter jackets on, because you know it snows by then. And Dad's got us wedged in the back of this thing to go trick-or-treating because he didn't feel like taking the other car because he thought it was to be cool to drive it in the wintertime. So that was one of the cooler cars that we got to drive. And my mom had this thing about singing and dancing in cars, and when you're like 16, it's like, yee. So my mom would be driving down the road with the top down, and she's just singing and dancing, and it's always like, hey, Mom. I never liked when my mom drove it, but my dad was always a good time because we got to go and trick-or-treating in our costumes in the back of an MG.